Okay, fellas, listen up, please. Fellas, now look, this isn't the squad that I ideally would have liked to start the season with, but it's what I've got, so here we are. And I just want you guys to go out there and do your best. And I want you to remember that we're starting the season in the Conference League, so we don't have a parachute. So don't screw this up.
Jarune, za tebe mi dijete diše, tu je važno samo jedno, nogomet i ništa više. Jarune.
Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to your Ruin on the Impossible Dream. It is Season 6, Episode 1 today. We start the league season against Lokomotiva and then we are playing, I think we're going to Latvia to face a Latvian side in the Europa Conference League. And, well, we just need to make sure we get the job done, don't we? It should, and I do stress should, but it should be a tie that we're able to win. Now, as ever, when we start a new season, let's have a quick update of where we are as a club. Icons is Rovis, and then favoured personnel, we've got Prajic, Palumbo, myself, Fillet, and Tommy G. This is becoming a problem. If I cannot move over into Icons and Legend status before Rovis, we're going to have to sell Rovis, because if there's going to be a new stadium, it's going to be named after me, damn it. Rovis is not getting the thunder for that one. Now, as a club, we are predicted to finish 4th this year. We, of course, finished 3rd last year, which is why we're only in the Conference League. We're a 3-star reputation club. I am the manager. Dashka is the captain for now, although as we saw at the end of last episode, there is a bid accepted for him, so he may be off. Kakavenga is the vice captain for now. We've got our key player is Pembele, and our hot prospect is this guy who came through last year's intake, I believe, and is a fairly decent prospect. We've got 2 Dions at the club now, I just realised as well. So let's go and have a look at what we're expecting to do. We are expected to qualify for the Conference League. Now, as we saw, again last episode, there is extra European spots for the league now. So the top 2 are Champions League spots. I think, well, I'm not sure how it works after that. I would presume, looking at this and how it's been in previous seasons, that 3rd and 4th will be guaranteed European spots. 5th will depend on who wins the cup. So as long as we're finishing in the top 4, then we're definitely going to achieve what we need to achieve. We're expected to reach the league phase of the Europa Conference League. If we can't do that, I would be extremely disappointed. And the cup, we want to reach a quarter-final. That is somewhat dependent on the draw. Of course, we got Dinamo Zagreb, didn't we, in the 2nd round last year, which hurt our chances. So yeah, we need to try and hopefully get friendly draws and go as far as we can in that as well. Now, the league season preview. We can see here, 3rd favourites according to the bookies. Slaven Belupo, who won the cup, are in Europe, are also favourites to get relegated. So that is just kind of what it is there. Now, if we go and have a look at the dream team, we do have a player in there. Pembele at right back is not only there in the dream team, but if we just go quickly and have a look over at the key players, 3rd best player in the league, or certainly you know, up there in that sense, because after the 2 Dinamo Zagreb key players comes Pembele. So if we just quickly scroll down here and have a look, Diego Company, I believe, is a relative of Vincent. Noah Skoko is our other key player. You can see a few of these guys who are on the short list we've looked at, but not obviously signed. And if we go all the way down, we can see that there. Now, there was one other thing I just wanted to quickly flag up to you here, and that is this signing that Dinamo Zagreb have made on a free transfer, just to prove to you the different level they are on. 44.5 grand a week this guy is on. That is half of our entire wage budget. So yes, I know we've done well, and yes, I know we won back-to-back league titles, but when I say Dinamo Zagreb are still so far ahead of us, this is the sort of thing I'm talking about. And to be fair, I mean, he's good. I don't know that I would have... maybe I would have signed. He was a bit slow, but he's still quite good, even at 35, isn't he? So that is that. There's not too much else. Let's have a quick look at squad dynamics, maybe, for the start of the new season. Everything there is more or less good. The only players that are upset are guys that... Pembele's upset about not moving to Marseille, but he'll get over that. Palumbo's going to be happy because he's going to start as many games as he wants. And Dashka, that's just a promise that we would sell him if we got a bid. We actually accepted a bid less than what we said we would. Now, the hierarchy is sort of in a state of flux right now, because we are in the process of selling off some of the team leaders and the highly influential players that have been here for a while, but not quite good enough anymore. So if Dashka stays, he'll be a team leader with Rovis and Fillet. If he leaves, then the hope, I suppose, is that Kakavenga, who would presumably become captain, then take his place as a team leader. But we'll have to wait and see on that front. Crucially, no one is opposed to me right now, so that's good. And the social groups, as you would expect, a little bit with the straight after the window and so many players coming in and out. it's not quite together, but it's probably the biggest core group we've had in a long, long time, I would say. So, yeah, that's not the end of the world there either. So, that all being said, let's go and, first of all, have a look at the goal you voted goal of the season. I remember to do it. So, it was a goal that ultimately meant nothing, but Europa League against Celtic. What a strike, Tommy Santiago. So there we go. Now we've got our first game of the season. We are away to Lokomotiva, which will make it a little bit more difficult. They do have some very, very good players. So hopefully we're not going to... Oh, look at that. They've got link-ups. They look a decent side according to that, don't they? So we're expecting a 4-2-3-1. And the team that we are sending out... Now, bearing in mind we have a European fixture just around the corner as well. We've got half an eye on that with this lineup. But again, I think we'll be strong enough to beat that Latvian side. So we've got Sakanji in goal. The two that we loaned in, Rajic is not match sharp at all. And the other guy I don't think is quite as good as Sakanji, who is match sharp, ready to go. So we're going to go with him. Damjanic, Mesic and Santiago will be the back three. Pembele and Roberts down the wings. Sithole. I'm sure it's probably pronounced like Stitholi or something like that, but I'm just trying desperately not to say shithole the whole time. So Sithole will fill in for Bosniak, who's injured, Palumbo and Skoko in midfield with Fillet and Pranjic, who almost left at the end of last season, but has got a reprieve, and he gets the start. On the injury front, Bosniak, Omarkic and Turpic, along with Matanovic, are all injured, missing the start of the year. We've had this guy in on trial. I would absolutely love to sign him. Imagine him playing right back and him and Pembele sharing that role. He wants like 20 grand a week and we can't afford it. So, disappointing. All right, so we can see the team sheets here. Dres Wouters is the name. He must have played in the Premier League or something at some point. Tushi scores a lot of goals against us. Wagby is a good winger. And I don't recognise anybody else there, I don't think. I have had a look at signing wingers, and of course a reminder that let's take some pressure off tonight, first game of the year. The transfer window is still opened, and we're still active in it. In fact, we will hopefully even see another signing this episode. So yeah, let's keep our fingers crossed that comes through for us. But yeah, we're desperately still looking for a goalkeeper. We're going to need at least one, possibly two more midfielders, and yes, we're not done yet at all. And the signing that I'm hoping that's imminent is another striker. So yeah, we're just about there. What I'm really keen not to do, and I think I did mention this before, is not have so many players that the youngsters coming through don't have a way to play any minutes. So it is a little bit of a balancing act right now, but of course, first and foremost, we need to make sure that we're good enough in the league to be coming at least second this season. Palumbo! Decent save from the goalkeeper, especially, with that second Champions League spot. And it will be difficult to qualify through that, I would imagine, because you'll be up against some other league sides that are non-champions, which tend to be from bigger leagues. But with the way that the Champions League has been reformatted, I'm not sure exactly how that actually all does fit in, because the bigger leagues tend to have guaranteed spots, don't they? And we're 1-0 down. Perfect. It was a little bit scrappy, really, wasn't it? And we had some chances, couldn't keep our possession. And it was just here, wasn't it, where everybody... it must have been a little bit earlier on in the highlight. Pembele did his best to get back. Santiago couldn't get across. And we're 1-0 down. And I'm sure that's a debut goal for him as well, because I don't recognise that name. From left back as well. All right, let's encourage them. Let's not get ourselves too downbeat about that. Yeah, I am holding some players back for the Europa League. Obviously, Reece Williams, one of the big signings, is one of those guys. Zebic doesn't look like he's going to be coming back this season. He is not interested in signing for us permanently, and Marseille don't want him to come back to us on loan. Now, we've seen that before, and he's come back, obviously, as Sakanji makes a decent double save. But yeah, I've almost given up on the fact that that's going to happen, which is a shame, because he would have been a very nice player for us. But again, in the interest of not blocking this guy's game time, he was a promising centre-back, maybe not rated as that now, but he's still... a promising centre-back, even if it's not officially. Let's take a bit of pressure off us here. And we do have a attacking throw. Rovers floats one in. It is headed down for Noah Skoko. And it is 1-1. Skoko's first of the season, obviously. Rovis just continues to be an assist machine down that left-hand side. And, yeah. Skoko, he's no mug in the air. He's a very good, well-rounded player. He's the sort of guy that could, and we may at some point even retrain him to be a striker, sort of a deep-lying forward. So, yeah, he definitely has that ability to score goals. So I'm hoping we'll see a little bit more of that this season as well. But it's 1-1 at the break. We have dominated possession, and yet, as we saw last season, find ourselves... let's go with unlucky, because we have looked... Palumbo's looking nervous, which isn't ideal. Now, that could be because he's unhappy as well. Yeah, let's leave it like that for now, but let's perhaps go a little bit more attacking in our approach. So Messick goes out there, Santiago, and you will be a halfback for us, please. And can Sithole go? No, he's not really a Mazzella, is he? So we'll leave him on for now, but I'm wondering if we might even take him off. Yeah, we'll see. But we'll encourage them. And who's not playing well? Philip's not having a great game. Pembele's not having a great game, which is surprising. Here we go with Rovis again. Can Rovis whip another cross in? He gets it nicked off him, and we should pick that up. We do. Damjanic down to Sithole. Messick. Another one that I've toyed with the idea of selling, but we have sold a few players. I don't want too many to leave, and Skoko draws a great save from the goalkeeper. Palumbo from the corner. Can we find Damjanic? We know what a threat he is from the corner, and it is headed away. Sithole will pick it up. And that will be that. What can we do in terms of changes here? I wonder. Palumbo, so midfield's not going particularly well. So let's bring on Kakavenga for Sithole. And then for Palumbo, let's bring on Lovrich. Or do we want Bakulji? Let's go with Lovrich. Yeah. The other thing we could have done is take Messick off, push Santiago back, and then put Sithole back in his... he could sit in his hole. Which is maybe that's where he got his name from. Come on, boys. Pembele is pushing the friendship here a little bit on a booking as well. Cross comes in, it's headed away. It was Damjanic. Can Lovrich stop a cross coming in now? He can't. Santiago. Oh, that. You see those giving us penalties, don't you? Here we go with Pranjic, though, the other way. Pranjic to Philip. Philip, where's Pembele? Here he comes. Now, come on, Timothy. Come on, mate. Come on, mate. He's done well. It's cleared away. It's a good defensive interception, to be fair. And here come Lokomotiva the other way now. Santiago's back there again. And Wagabi! Oh, it's a Damjanic own goal. It's so unlucky. Alright, Pranjic is not having a great day up front, so we'll bring Rakic on for him. And then Pembele. If we have another sub, I'm wondering if it's... Oh, it's so unlucky. Sakanji was there as well, wasn't he? Do we have another sub? We do. So we'll bring on the youngster for him, Hercevic. Now, he was out on loan, I think I mentioned last season, in the second tier and did quite well. Damjanic. I mean, that sort of an own goal shouldn't affect his match rating that badly, surely. All right, what can we do differently? Let's try passing into space, exploiting the flanks. There looks to be quite a bit of space out there, doesn't there? And maybe hit some more early crosses, and we'll go at that higher, more direct tempo and see if that can help us. Rovis with a free kick. It's into a decent area, and it's just over the bar from... I missed who it was. And it doesn't look like the league campaign is getting off to a particularly good start for us. It is away from home, which maybe hurts a little bit less, but 64% possession. It's looking like it's the same old story from last season. Despite making the massive changes that we did, as that is claimed by Sakanji. No, it's not. It's a penalty. And unless Sakanji can have some penalty-saving heroics, it's going to be 3-1. And, yeah, it's deja vu all over again, isn't it? Tushi to take it. Sakanji goes the right way. But, it really got nowhere near it. So, I mean, the scoreline, you look at it, there's an own goal, which was perhaps unfortunate. A penalty, which is just a bit of an individual error. And outside of that, you know, it's 1-1, I suppose. Can Kakavenga get a late consolation for us? Not really seen him take too many free kicks. And it's not a mile away. But that'll be that. So, yeah. I'm going to say, yeah, that's not great. So, yeah, well, like I say, not great, but still 35 games to go. So plenty of time to come back. So Lokomotiva profit even from wasteful Jarun. Sithol makes his debut, and that is pretty much that, isn't it? Guys, wait right there. We'll go to Europe, and hopefully we'll do a little bit better. All right, welcome back. Our big signing, well, I hope he's a big signing anyway, has arrived from Napoli. 450 grand. He was transfer listed there, and he's a star player. He's on just under £12,000 a week. He is our top paid player. We do have a minimum release fee. That was something I couldn't get out of the negotiation, so that's a little bit of a shame for 2.9 million. But we'll deal with that as best we can. I will no doubt forget that exists. I think I've got him tied down and then lose him for that fee. But anyway, it'll be the... who was that that happened at Grindavik? Scourgeon. Was it Scourgeon? Scourgeon, something like that? Anyway, let's have a look at him. Hopefully he's not the Italian Scourgeon. He is a 20-year-old striker. And what I absolutely love about this guy is, unsurprisingly, the finishing. There's room for him to grow. He's got good determination. He's got good flair. Off the ball movement and composure is okay, but the finishing is so good that it should work out okay. He's got good technique as well, so he'll be able to train him to place his shots. Physically, he's just well-rounded, isn't he? And he's also not the worst pass-up, vision, teamwork. He can, as you can see, I mean, we wouldn't necessarily want him to do this, but he can drop back and play deeper in midfield as well. So I think he's going to be a brilliant signing for us. I really hope that I'm right. And yeah, and for 450 grand, that is just an unbelievable deal, I think. So yeah, really, really pleased with that. But as I said, unfortunately, not registered in time to face the Latvians. So let's go and have a look here and see what we're doing. We're expecting... who knows? The scouts don't know what they're talking about with these sorts of teams. We are at home for the first leg. Let's hope we destroy them, and that will be that. We are struggling a little bit for a strong side, I would say, but this is what we're putting out. Ozkanli is going to go in goal. He is one of the lonely goalkeepers, of course. Damjanic with two debutants, Triantos, Al Socceroo, and Reece Williams. Dekic and Bracalo will be going down either wing. Dashka could be his last game for us. We're still waiting for this bid to resolve itself. So we'll see what happens there. I have offered him out for 6.5 million, so we'll try and get that fee up as high as we can. Palumbo and Kakavenga will go in midfield. Fillet and Pranjic will go up front. That is, as much as anything, just down to a lack of options. You can see if we scroll down available players, there's not much up front right now. So they've got to go again. And yeah, Vicenton will be available for the league, so he can play in that one. All right, so we can see the team sheets there. I don't recognize any names in their lineup. And yeah, I mean, that for a rotated side, it's not quite second string. There's some players there, I think, if we were to name our strongest 11, that would... you know, let's make full advantage of our home advantage here. You know, the likes of Reece Williams, for example, would be in our strongest team for sure. So yeah, but you know, as I said in the intro, we don't have a parachute. This is it. We've got we've got to nail the Conference League, and these early games. So it's a 4-4-2 that we get out of them in the end. So we could go to our anti-4-4-2 formation. We'll wait and see. At home, I would think we would be too strong for a Latvian side. As I said before, you'd certainly hope so anyway. But yeah, we'll see. So yeah, let me know what you think of the new signing. I'm optimistic, as I've said. I can just see with someone with that sort of finishing playing off of Fillet or Matanovic as sort of a deep lying forward, I think will work quite well. But I've been wrong before. So, and I will be wrong again. Let's hope it's not about Vicenton, though. As Kakavenga to Dekic. It's there! Oh! And Bracalo has hit the post. And Pranjic cannot keep the ball alive for us. I can tell you we do have more bids in. Yeah, I apologise a little bit that the transfer specials are a little, I don't want to say lame. I still, hopefully you still enjoy them. The problem that I have in trying to get everything done before the season starts, which is 100% when I'd rather have it done, is that because our season starts mid-July, it's a really quick turnaround. So it's difficult to get everything done. And then because the other European teams don't really start coming in for our players pretty much until now. You know, like early July at the best, July 1st when the transfer window opens. So, or when, you know, contracts and all that kind of stuff are up. It doesn't leave me much time to actually go and get deals done. So, yeah, that's the reason why we are tending to get more stuff done once the season has started. But we picked that off with Bracalo. Here we go now with Pranjic. And Damjanic. Back to Triantos. Dashka. Kakavenga. Dekic. Can he whip the ball? And he can. Fill it. Draws a save, but can't find the back of the net. Palumbo to Dashka. Here we go again. Kakavenga. Oh, the defender played that really, really well. Now, of course, the sad part, if Dashka does leave, it's another original, and I believe that would mean the last original would be Pranjic. So, yeah, that'll be a bit of a badge of honour for him, I would imagine, as we may have got a penalty here. We'll wait and see. No idea who takes penalties in this team. Philip, maybe? Palumbo. Oh, of course he does. Palumbo. He has a decent record. He has missed one or two, though, but not that one. That is buried, and we have a 1-0 lead after 20 minutes. So that is very nice. And I would think... I mean, I'm sort of terrified to not show second legs after we had Besiktas last season, but I would think if we were, say, a 3-4-0 lead here, with probably no need to show the second leg. This is a team. I mean, Conference League Latvian sides are teams that we should be beating. There's a decent ball in, and it is Damjanic, or is it? We know he is so dangerous from a set piece. I'd be really disappointed in him if he's gone early and found himself offside, and he hasn't. So we are 2-0 up. And, yeah, he is... I mean, Triantos was his main... Triantos, I should say, was his main... competition for the ball there. Yeah, he's onside. Not sure Triantos would have been. But, yeah, very, very nicely done. And we come straight back. It's one of these is now is that the next goal in this tie is huge. If it does go to us, then you would imagine they'll struggle to come back. But if they do get back to 2-1, then it could be a different story. As Canley picks up the ball. Here we go with Rhys Williams now. The Kakavenga. Fill it. I always get there was a Rhys Williams. I don't know if he still plays or not. He would be getting on a little bit now, but an Australian guy that I remember him playing for Perth Glory, and I think he played for Middlesbrough as well. But he spelt Rhys the same way, and I always get them confused as that goes just over the top. Bracalo whipped in a cracker. And Fill it, I think it was, couldn't put it away. Dekic now. He floats one into the back post. Bracalo is there, and Philip Bracalo gets his first of the season. He's one that might be on his way out this summer if, depending on what of our bids come off and who joins and who doesn't, Bracalo might be one for the offing, but we'll wait and see. He's one of these. He had, remember when we first signed him, he was far and away the best left back. Well, we should have been anyway. Roberts has proved to be a little bit special. But he broke his leg, and he's... Oh, and Damjanic has another one. A nice knockdown at the back post there. And it is 4-0 now. We have scored 4 goals in 18 minutes. And the tie has more or less been put to bed. It was Triantos with the knockdown. And the two centre-backs were pretty much scrapping over that one. Who was going to stick it away? But, yeah, look at that. We've just... we opened the floodgates, and they haven't been shut yet. Now, one positive to this is it might give us a chance. There is a few youngsters on the bench. It might give us a chance to give some of them some game time here. Someone that could probably do with a rest is Palumbo. And he is currently under a promise of first-team football. So if I start him, take him off and then he's ready to go again in the league, that kind of helps with that promise as well. So we will make changes. I've just got to decide who it's going to be. But 4-0 is a very, very nice half of work. We'll point our finger. We will say don't get complacent. Yeah, Palumbo can come off. I'll probably bring on... Is it Bakanji? I can never... Brakulji, whatever his name is. We'll bring him on because we're trying to train him up into a decent player. So that is fine. And is there anything else we want to do initially here? Possibly not. Actually, you know what? Oh, well, Dan Yen's on hat-trick. I'll say because he played in the league, didn't he? So we might look to take him off, but we'll give him a little bit of a chance to get his hat-trick. I'm going to imagine European hat-tricks don't come around too often for centre-backs. And we'll give him, say, to the hour mark, and then we'll take him off and we'll bring somebody else on. Kakavenga to Dashka. Be nice if he could get a farewell goal. Brakunji! Oh, he hit the crossbar. And that is that. So hopefully it's not one of these games where the goals are scored in the first half. I mean, it's not, it's, you know, it's sort of quarter time, isn't it? There's still the second leg. And the good part is that if we can go there, you know, if we were to go on with this in the second half, sort of 6-7-0 up and taking that lead with us, then we could really give some, you know, a lot of kids some game time in the second leg as well. Dekic, good ball in, fill it. Just doesn't have his goal-scoring boots on today, does he? To the point where I'm actually considering, do we take him off? Let's get Pranjic taken off for Krunjic. And we'll give Fillet a little bit more time here, as we've got an attacking throw. Dekic, it's headed away from him. It's one of those, isn't it, with Fillet, where, you know, he's getting in the right positions, so that's obviously a positive. But, you know, we do need him to be scoring some goals as well. Wide for Dekic, back in for Kakavenga. No, it's Fillet. It was Kakavenga's shot. It must have taken a deflection off him, did it? Or was it? What's happened here? Fillet. He didn't shoot, though, here, did he? No, he played it out wide. And it is... Yeah, it's off. It's off his backside. It's the old-fashioned ball goes in off your backside. Kakavenga has been robbed. Although, in truth, it may not have gone in if it didn't have the deflection on it. But anyway, it's still amusing, isn't it? Now, I wanted to give Grafinha time, so we'll bring Dashka dropping back in like that. And is there anybody else I want to give game time to here? The only other one would be College, but we'll wait on that one. We could bring this guy on. He's got a little bit of potential as well, but he's a little bit younger. And unpause. I was wondering why nothing was happening. Yeah, so we'll wait, and even just him being on the bench might be the best experience for him. The fact he's looking complacent as well isn't ideal. But yeah, I think we'll say there's no need to show the second leg of this one, so we'll come back next episode for the next round. I believe they did do the draw. It was AIK or an Albanian side, I think. So you would imagine the Swedish AIK is a Swedish side, I believe. AIK Gothenburg, I think it is, or Gothenburg, however you say it. No, it's Gothenburg, isn't it? Gothenburg. No, Gotham is Batman. So I'd imagine the Swedish side would get through, but maybe because of where Croatia is situated in the Balkans there, maybe Albanian sides will be that slightly bit stronger. But this has been very, very comfortable. In the end, just one second half goal off of the fillet of Fillet, the rump of Fillet, you could say. That's probably pun of the series right there. That's the high point, everybody. Yeah, and AIK have won the first leg 4-0, so I think we can probably assume that is what the next round is going to be. So 5-star Jarun triumph. Dekic 10 key passes. When he's good, he is very, very good, isn't he? So that is excellent news. Triantas, Williams, and Oz Kenley made their first appearances for the club. Brigic, we're still waiting on him to come back from what is that right now, the European Under-19 Championship. He would be very welcome back into our midfield as a little bit of depth, if nothing else. But anyway, that'll do it for that. Hopefully you like the new signing. League didn't get off to a great start, but Europe's underway, and we'll come back, like I say, for the next qualifying round, and then we'll see where we stand basically after the first leg of that. And with league fixtures, we'll probably be looking at, it's usually about a week, isn't it? So we'll probably have one game before Slaven, one game after Slaven, I would imagine. So yeah, we'll see. Anyway, take care.